Now we're live. Okay.
Alright. Let me actually open the stream, since I didn't do that last time.
Oh yeah, so you can like read.
Oh, I did type your URL wrong!
Oh no! Oh,
Whoops!
This is not good for the brand, Karen.
I'm sorry, I forgot the underscore!
My clicks, they're going down the toilet. Let's see.
Yeah,
I always forget. Viewers will hate this.
Your 0 viewers will never know that you've gone live. This is what I get for typing URLs myself instead of, copy-pasting like a normal person.
Is there an underscore? I don't even know my own... Oh, yeah,
there is an underscore, I checked.
I'm pretty sure I told you last time that there wasn't, so that's my bad.
Yeah, and that's the memory I went on, so technically it's your fault.
I don't know. Who's this... What bastard took Gold Chimera without an underscore? I'm gonna look that up. Live on air. Great content.
Alright.
Who is this?
Okay. Good.
Who is this other fake Gold Chimera? What are they?
Whatever.
What are they playing?
I'm mostly here for the chat, not the stream.
I'm looking this up. Someone's infringing my copyright. They've not even got any content on their channel. No followers. Who are you? Bastard.
Okay,
anyway.
I've got the chat up.
Nice. Are we good to go?
We are good to go.
Yes. It is officially Jake O'Clock.
Yes!
Yeah. I never do a proper intro, but I just, hello, this
Who needs
is Pesterquest.
Intros?
It's Jake. I love Jake.
We finally get to meet Jake Pesterquest.
Yes. I get to stun one shitty boy. I'm using my allowance. And it's Jake.
You are only allowed one kid. You can have little Akin as a treat.
It's true. But, yeah, so volume 12 is called That's Right, Adventure. I didn't do the proper voice, but I'll have to ease myself into that. I guess let's just go.
Yep, so I'll be MSPA reader because it will be illegal to not let you play the part of Jake.
I feel like we've hyped it up a bit now. It's over the last several streams. I don't know. It's a voice I like to do as well.
I mean, you deserve it as long as I get to voice Roxy. That's all I ask.
You already have voiced Roxy.
That's true. Okay. Well, thank you. Alright, let's get this started.
Let's get going. I see a Bicyclops.
Duo Cyclops. Yes.
Yeah, I think Bicyclops is the name officially.
I'm literally only going by the name I'm just seeing on the screen.
Oh, okay.
The name is Biclops actually.
Oh,
I remember now.
Biclops, right.
Yeah, Biclops.
That
yeah.
makes more sense.
Okay.
So go on.
All you wanted to do was make a new friend, and now you're running like hell from a giant white creature with 2 heads, each sporting a single garish eye. Kind of like a Cyclops, except with 2 of the one-eyed faces, so you guess it's a duo Cyclops? Whatever it is, it's angry as hell and chasing you through a tangled jungle. You leap over a strand of ferns and duck under one of those big woody vine jungles they have, Big woody vines jungles always have. After befriending Jane, you ask her for the names of some of her friends. Not too many details. You made the mistake with Solix. Just a little tantalizing friendship amuse-bouche to get you started. Amuse-bouche, that's a word.
Yeah, I forget what that means. Something to do with food?
Yeah, that would make sense.
I don't know things.
Do we all? Don't we all though? We all share a brain cell, and it's all reserved for Pesterquest. Specifically, you were interested in the friend that needed her help daily. Now, wait. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that sounded like some fertile ground for a relationship. You kind of regret bringing it up, though, because Jane got very flustered telling you about Jake.
Ah,
of course
sorry.
she did.
Sorry, I spilled hot chocolate.
The very mention of Jake made you injure yourself.
It's fine.
My God, Jamie, calm down.
It's alright, it just looks like I wet myself, which I'll probably do at some point anyway. So.
Thank God, Jake isn't even here yet. Chill.
Okay, I'm good.
It's clear that her friendship with this guy is the topic of some emotional turmoil. Well, who better to help sort it out than you, everyone's friend? But instead of friendship, you've been greeted by a number of ferocious white monsters. Your garbled brain offers up that you probably pissed off this kid's Lucis. Except this is Earth? Between different planets, different universes, and the mess of timelines in your memory, you're having a hard time figuring out. You trip over a big tree root and land smack on your face in the dirt. You choke on decaying plant matter, clawing at your throat, and roll over on your back just in time to see the dual Cyclops about to bring down one huge foot right on your vulnerable body. Are you allowed to start over if you haven't even made a branching choice yet? You cover your eyes.
Oh?
Nothing happens.
I heard something.
Something happened. After a moment of Olympic-level breath-catching, you venture a peek. The dual Cyclops is in pieces on the ground. 2 pieces. You hope the thematic resonance offered it some comfort during such a brutal end. You scramble to your feet. Your future new friend, Jake, must have intervened to save you. You look around for him, but there's another swoosh noise and a glint of metal, and something inhuman appears in front of the duo Cyclops body. I know who this is! Yep. Yep, there he is. It's a robot. Kind of a cartoony one with shiny metal joints and big red anime sunglasses. It even has a perfectly gelled metal hairstyle. Honestly, it looks pretty goofy, but it's also holding a katana and staring right at you. You think you saw something similar broken all over the floor of Ikus's room. It must be a battle robot, and you don't have the strength of your punchiest friend. Oh my God. Do we want to challenge it? Or do not?
I can't see challenging it going well.
Yeah, probably not. Let's challenge it then!
Yep.
With a yell, you charge forward, waving your arms intimidatingly. Yeah, it's a robot. It's not scared. The robot implacably waits for your approach, then strikes out in one swift motion, too fast to see. You crumple to the ground, your world exploding in pain. You huddle into a ball, waiting for the robot to finish you off. But it's not interested. It zooms away, leaving you to your agonies. In the bursts of lucidity available to you, you discern that it has kicked you in the chest, breaking several of your ribs. No problem. That's totally survivable injury. You've done it before. Yeah. You'll be fine and ready to get your friendship Katamari rolling in no time. You're just gonna lie here for a bit first, just to gather your strength. Just gonna lie here, too injured to run, surrounded by ferocious beasts and leaking delicious aromatic blood. Just for a minute or two. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
We've become monster bait.
Well, that was brief.
Oh,
whoops.
Oh, I forgot to actually save that spot. So, whoops.
I'll just, let me know when you're back to it.
Alright, I'm back to it.
Speed running.
Well, there is a fast forward button right there.
Yeah. So let's not...
Yeah, let's not.
challenge.
You default to your old standby, cowering. You shrink back, hands raised in a universal symbol for whoa now. Shit, no horse pun intended. For some reason, the thought of Equius in the presence of this robot are making your brain go right to horses. Gee, I wonder why. Suddenly, a shot rings out behind you. It sounds so stupid that you almost don't believe it, but it's true. Who is shooting a gun at a robot? The robot makes a little starting noise and raises its katana in a ready stance. A blur of green and khaki charges out of the jungle and tackles the robot full in the stomach.
Here he is.
It doesn't fall to the ground. Instead, it puts the kid, a human you can now see, so probably just this Jake guy, into a headlock. He struggles, lashing at it with his elbows and kicking at its ankles. The robot proceeds to beat the kid up. There's no reason to describe it in detail. It's unpleasant to watch and makes you feel really bad. You didn't even know there could be a polar opposite of Equius, but this kid is it. The robot is super effective against him. Goodness. You have to stop it, but there's too much action for you to get close. Even if you could reach Jake, there's no way you could zap him out of here without bringing the BattleBot with you. Except, things have been weird lately. The accepted rules of your power no longer seem so inviolable. Maybe you can just do it? You close your eyes and think really hard about bringing Jake with you. There he is!
Ah! Oh god.
He seems to be floating. There is no wall to be seen in this room.
See Weekend at Bernie's up there. I'm glad.
Of course. Wait, I don't actually see it.
Like, just to the right of the mummy. Oh god, he's got two of them. There's one to the left.
I see it now. God. When you open your eyes, a young man stands in his bedroom. Wait, is it Jake's birthday? No. What? You shake your head in consternation. Anyway, you manage to bring Jake, and only Jake, into the house.
Ooh, I like this music.
Yeah, same. He stands there clutching his side and panting, recovering from the robo beatdown. The guy's bedroom is so covered in movie posters, it's hard to even see the shape of the walls. The floor is littered with weaponry. A lot of the kids you've met live like this, basically lounging around in piles of detritus, pertaining to their character-defining interests. Anyway, it's clear to anyone who sees this room that he absolutely fucking loves movies and guns. You don't need to waste any time on exposition
Also,
here.
I just realised we got Nick Cage as Ghost Rider back there. I just feel the need to point out Nick Cage.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Just in general, whenever I encounter him.
I mean, Nick Cage is a constant in Homestuck. It's pretty much a must.
Oh, there's a line to start on. It's actually been quite a long time since I voiced Jake. Jeez and Creaser. You're right over there, my chromatically challenged chappie.
You're fine! Jake is the one who seems hurt. That robot really did a number on him.
I'll say, confounded thing practically never doesn't do a number on me. It does so many numbers it's one short of a standing ovation down on Broadway Avenue. I'm just glad I could be there to help. You know, life is always just a smidgen easier with a bro's helping hand firmly placed on your behind. with a friend behind you is what I mean to say.
Sure. Oh, sure. Jake doesn't really seem fazed by any of this. Not the alien monsters on his island, not your presence, and not his ungainly defeat at the hands of the anime robot. Not even by you teleporting him around.
Well, sure, my good buddy Jane just told me you might drop by. And honestly, I've been chomping at the proverbial bit to meet you, old fella, me lad.
These words!
Oh, I hate you, Jake. But I love you.
Oh.
I'm sure Janie showed you a good time, as she is a stand-up host and a top-notch friendo. An absolute wonder wench, and no doubt about it. But gosh, I've just been so gung-ho to show a brand new personage around the old digs. Get it? I live in a ruined temple, so it's literally digs. Oh,
God damn it.
I'm in love with you, Jane. Nudges you with a meaningful elbow and gives you a hearty raising of the brows.
My god. I like this sprite of his too.
Oh.
Did he just say that out loud? He did. Well, here you are, ready to be shown around the ruined temple. Where to first?
Oh, let's not actually go there. You know, I'm no stranger to danger, but there's nothing like a man's familiar four walls to give him a feeling of peace and quietude. We'd better hide out for a while. Just a tactical withdrawal whilst my robo-buddy and the usual monster menagerie are out and about.
Right, the monsters. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
You can't help but notice that this is the same island where Jade lived. But instead of one big white creature custodian like Beck, Jake has lots. Trying to be culturally sensitive, you tell him it must have been nice to have such a big family. Jake looks perplexed.
I reckon it must be nice. Can't say I've ever had one, though. If family is what you're looking for, you couldn't have picked a worse place to mount your search. There's about as much familial spirit in my locale as cows in a cornfield. Which is to say there's simply none to be seen.
Oh, shit, you misinterpreted things. So Jake really just lives here alone? That must be hard.
I'll say. As another of my friends could tell you, there's nothing worse than being a teen stranded alone in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Oh.
My grandma used to live here with me, but she died long ago.
You think of your friend John, or rather his corpse, standing ceremonially in Jane's living room. Same house, similar kids, same island, mysteriously dead grandma. It's not hard to put two and two together and come up with your dead friend Jade. Wait. Oh, yeah. It's a gut punch, even though the inexorable passage of time means that, of course, you could zap to the future and visit time periods where all your friends are dead if you wanted.
There's a few.
Guess it's kind of... Oh, yeah. You guess that's kind of what you did to your old friends by skipping forward so many years in Alternia. Wow, you're kind of starting to hyperventilate about this. You focus hard on Jay, trying to pull yourself together. Luckily, he doesn't seem to have noticed anything is wrong with you. Jake seems like the kind of person who doesn't have room in his head to talk and notice other people at the same time. Aw.
But I try not to complain. After all, things could be worse. I have all the cans a boy could ever want to cookerize. I get to romp into Pumpkin Patch to my heart's delight. Plus, this island is the perfect setting for one of the coolest things in the world.
Is it adventure?
That's right! Adventure! Oh, that's a great sprite. The thrill of discovery, the frenzy of battle. It's the most fulfilling diversion of them all. Why, no boy of a sound disposition could feel sad about his perpetual isolation and the deadness attribute of his family members when the whole dark and teeming jungle is available for his dauntless exploration.
Oh, you are lying to yourself, honey. Is that really what he thinks? You can't help but remember about 30 seconds ago when Jake said he didn't want to go out through ruins. You no problem, Sleuth. But Jake's room looks pretty lived in. Not to mention the quantity of movie consumption suggested by his decor. You're about to respond when there's a horrendous clatter from down below. Jake freezes, a small animal caught in headlights. You suspect the headlights are of the red anime glasses variety.
Oh, fuck buttons. The metal maverick makes his return. Listen, you look like a bum customer with primo getaway sticks. Fleeing is probably our best option here.
You don't get it. Last guy you knew who made a habit of consorting with battle bots always bested them handily. Why would Jake make something he couldn't beat? Well, about that.
Whoa, jumping Jehoshaphat, I'm touched by your high opinion of my robotics know-how. No, I didn't make the robot. My best buddy did. He's a genuine whiz with tech of all kinds, and a real thoughtful guy, even though sometimes I wish he would just apply some of that... sometimes I wish he would apply some of that big brain box to helping me out just a touch more. He couldn't be here himself because of the physical limitations of time and space, so he sent the robot to train me.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. It's really nice if you think about it. I mean, at first I thought it was somewhat overbearing and unnecessary, but after Dirk explained it to me, I got that it was his way of being nice.
This best friend sounds...
Yeah. Not everyone is as lucky as me to have 3 stalwart compadres to brighten their day when they live all alone on a murder island. When you think about it, I'm just about the luckiest gent who was ever stranded in the Pacific with a passer. I don't know that word. With a passer
Jake,
of
goddammit.
monsters and a killer robot.
You guess someone could say that? If that someone was Jake. Another harsh sound from below reminds you of the urgency of the situation. You could easily teleport to be out of here, but... well... The creepy biotech chittering noise of drones still echoes in your memories. You've had some bad experiences trying to escape a killer robot with its eyes set on a friend. Carcat. Escape via teleportation seems like a temporary solution at best. Sooner or later, Jake's probably going to have to face the robot. Is there some way the two of you acting together can take it down?
Ah, you don't understand. It learns from your actions. Anytime I've even started to get the jump on that dad-burned chrome-ass sucker, it's just turned around and given itself a thorough school feeding on the topic of kicking my sweet bippy.
Words.
If we fight it together, it'll just learn how to fight 2 people. And then when you leave me all by my lonesome, I'll be up shit creek with nary a paddle to be found.
That's a good point.
It's like that robot in The Incredibles.
Oh.
Except instead of being an absolutely fantastic work of cinematic art, it's my real life.
Oh, this poor boy. Jeezum Creasum. Jake's friend is among the worst gift givers you've ever seen.
There's just one thing we can do if a hasty retreat isn't what tickles your biscuit. If we could find a way to turn on novice mode, it'll be easier to deal with. I usually don't do it, but I'd hate to subject a guest to the violent vicissitudes of a robotic rascal. I just can't remember how it's done.
Oh, okay. So at least this friend included an easy mode. You were starting to think this guy was one of those gamers who thought easy mode would be the experience. God.
You cheated not only yourself, but the game. You missed nothing and gained nothing. I don't remember that whole thing.
I was about to say, do you actually memorize that? Because I couldn't remember a word of that.
I don't know the whole thing.
But if he designed a thing with a novice mode, maybe he can remind Jake how to trigger it?
Well, I have to admit, you've really put your achromatic digit right on the crux of the matter there, amigo. Strider's a bang-up bro, and I won't utter a word against him, but he really doesn't like to offer help. I imagine he'll think it's my fault for forgetting in the first place, and he probably won't want to give me the answer because then I won't learn the lesson that I shouldn't be so forgetful.
Wow, okay, you're starting to form some tentative opinions about the Strider guy.
That said, buddy-o, I think you stumbled onto quite the slick solution to our woes. There's no shame in a brave adventurer asking for help when he's well and truly fucked. Maybe we can find someone willing to offer us their casa as a temporary abode. God.
Oh, sure, you can do that. Maybe Jake could message Jane? Although, now that you think about it, given how Jane talked about Jake when you were there, it seems cruel to spring something like this on her with so little lead time to prepare herself. You don't want to fluster her too badly. You quickly backpedal, telling Jake that Jane seems too busy when you were there last. Is there anyone else?
Oh, sorry about that.
You're good.
Well,
You okay?
Okay, yeah. Alright. Well, Roxy's probably zozzled by now.
Zozzled. Yeah, zozzled.
You know, pie-eyed, on a toot, tying one on, deep in the giggle water, 3 sheets to the cold nor'easter.
Oh, wait, she's drunk.
Bingo was his name, oh.
My god, Jake.
I can't deal with him.
These fucking phrases, I can't. So this is a common thing? And she's Jake's age? You don't want to make any assumptions, but that sounds, well, concerning. And also, familiar. You remember what feels like a long time ago now, helping a girl symbolically trash her mother's liquor collection. Of course, alcoholism isn't that rare, but still, you're starting to feel like there's something strange about all these convergent circumstances. Anyways, Jake sure his friend's okay?
Oh no, it's nothing like that. Voxy's just a fun and wacky gal. Sure, she dabbles in the devil's drink, but she always seems to be having such a good time. I wouldn't want to make any unfair assumptions about it.
Jake, honey,
God.
don't enable her!
Oh.
Somehow this fails to make you feel better.
I guess asking Strider for help is our only option. Ugh, I just know he is going to be a complete pain in the keister about it. I'll have to butter him up like a morning muffin. Are you any good at matters of persuasion?
That phrasing, though. Yikes. You want to understand where this kid is coming from, but you're reaching your limits here. Is that really all the friendships Jake has? If so, that is bleak. There's clearly some kind of feelings-based train wreck on the horizon for him and Jane. His friend Roxy is obviously having a crisis that Jake pretends not to see. And his friendship with Strider has more red flags than the People's Republic of China. Oh my god.
I love that metaphor.
Is this what Jake is willing to put up with just for companionship? He just pretends he doesn't see the huge issues in his friendship to keep the peace?
A little bit.
Is this what it looks like when someone is so indiscriminately hungry for affection that they're willing to go along with anything to get it? You've had about enough. You tell Jake that you can't stand this anymore. This life that he has, it's not good. Not even close. He lost his family and he's scared to leave his house. His only company in real life is a robot that's programmed to hurt him, and he thinks it was a gift. He seems unwilling to face the glaring flaws in his closest relationships. And all of this might be hard and sad, but it can't be helping Jake to be so deep in denial about it. He just can't cover all this up with cavalier optimism. There is no way that's the best way for him to live. You understand it must be scary when there seem to be structural flaws in every one of Jake's support pillars, but addressing them is the only way anything can get better. Because this, hiding out in his room all alone and just pretending he has the support he needs, is not sustainable. You don't say this part, but if he keeps going along with what other people want him to be, you're scared for what's going to happen to him when he grows up. That can't lead to anywhere good. Oof. Oof.
Yeah.
After your rant, Jake stares at you aghast. You start to feel bad. Yes, he probably needed to hear those things, but you could have guided him more gently. You're usually an expert at encouraging people slowly towards emotional growth, but this kid really got under your skin. But then Jake's face crumples. Oh, this is so sad.
You're absolutely right.
Oh.
I am lying to myself. I manicure the image of myself as some brave adventurer, but I don't go out to the ruins unless I have to. But I suppose on some level I have suspected that things with Jane and Roxy and Dirk weren't exactly Jake. What?
Wait, what?
Oh, it's like a word that means good.
God.
It's just plain English. Jake English. Anyway, I guess I didn't realise how serious it was, or how much I was really ignoring. Gee fucking willikers, it's not easy to hear that all this came across loud and clear to a complete stranger. That really makes me feel low.
Oh.
But I guess for a truly brave gentleman, the only thing to do is try to do better from here on out. It's scary, but I do want to be the right kind of person who is honest and forthright. A real hero. If I'm not doing that, then I need to figure out how to do that. Holy smokes, you've really opened my eyes. I don't know how to pronounce that actually. You only
I
see
pronounce
it
it as
written.
I pronounce it as mix personally.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just never heard it out loud. You've really opened my eyes, Mick's mystery friend. You've really got a knack for spotting problems. Do you think you could stick around and help me do better?
It's like asking if the and we're not even at the second choice yet.
Yeah, something's gonna go wrong.
It's like asking the sun if it minds shining. Helping people comfort and come out of it changed for the better? Like, that's the very thing you've desperately latched onto to give your life some kind of purpose. But something about this feels off. Was your rant really all it took to turn things around for Jake? Did you really just fix him? It doesn't seem right. Definitely not good pacing anyway. Jake is looking at you with big green puppy eyes. You have to make a choice.
There we go.
There it is.
Okay. This has gotta go wrong somehow, right?
You want to make the choice?
I don't know.
This is your route, damn it!
Let's agree to help, because I feel like that obviously seems like the right thing, so it's probably not the right thing. And
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, I like to get the bad endings first.
Yeah. Of course you're going to help. Jake asked, didn't he? You think through your old bag of friendship tricks. Encouraging him to talk to people about his feelings? It'd probably be good, but it's a little complex. He has 3 different relationships with these kids, all with their own set of problems. And you're not convinced that Jake is really up for confrontation yet. Your best bet is probably forging unlikely connections or powers of teleportation and friend matchmaking. You think probably at the time you introduced Daria to Titizius, someone who'd struggled with the questions Daria was facing, but found a more constructive solution. That's what you need. Not someone similar to Jake, but a good foil. Someone who will be able to call Jake on his avoidance.
I'm not sure what we're getting at here.
This might lead to what I will spoil to.
Cool.
You need the ultimate pull-no-puncher, an expert in tough love. Oh my god! You need Vriska Circuit!
No, we don't. This is
No, we don't!
Keep Jake away from her.
Holy
For both
shit.
their sakes.
We already saw what happened in canon! Yes, Jake, if you might take the initiative to introduce him to another one of your friends. Someone who has the kind of take-no-bullshit approach that he needs to cultivate. Someone who can really help.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. Lead on, buckaroo.
You clap your hand madly on his shoulder. You expect her to be in her hive, but when your field of vision clears, you're at the beach again. You've appeared a diplomatic distance away, but not right up in her face. Vriska is walking down the beach, hands in her pockets, occasionally aiming a disaffected kick at a piece of trash. You call out to her and wave her over. Her face splits into a grin at the sight of you.
It's not gonna go well.
It gives you a warm glow. Wait. Okay. It gives you a warm glow like you befriended someone's mean cat who never gets along with visitors. Maybe more like someone's mean mountain lion. Hey there! Hi, Vriska! What's she doing on the beach? Or on this beach? I came here looking for my stupid fish friends. Terezi and I need an explosive device for a thing, and as much as I hate to admit it, Ampera isn't bad at making them. But he's not even here! I can't even find him the one time I ever want to see him ever! Figures. My so-called friends leaving me to do all the work again. It's this kind of self-starter energy that Jake could really learn from. Speaking of, you start to introduce your friends to each other. But when you turn to Jake, he's frozen, his face caught in an expression of shock and wonder because she's a blue alien.
Yep.
Maybe you should have mentioned your friend was an alien? You keep forgetting to mention things like that. As you look at him, Jake rallies, snapping to such a ramrod posture you half expect him to salute. He opened his mouth to speak, then shuts it. You can talk to her, you prompt. It's okay.
Yes. Righto. Holy smokes, I'm ruffled as a baby's bonnet to meet you, Miss Vriska. I'm poised and trembling on the lip of your pit of knowledge, just ready to fall into the expectant abyss. I'm happy to learn whatever you can teach me. Although I must say, when my pal here intimated they had a friend who could help, I didn't expect you to be of such a blue and spidery persuasion.
Of course. Why would anyone be anything else when it could be blue and spidery?
You have a solid point there, my extraterrestrial associate. I hope you'll pardon my candor, but a real gentleman doesn't hide from the truth. You may be the coolest girl I've ever seen in my entire life. Clears throat nervously, hoping he didn't overstep.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised to hear it. Feel free to keep listing things that are awesome about me. Despite his professed admiration for Vriska, however, Jake isn't listening.
Hang on, wait. Technically the only other girl I've seen was my grandma, but you know what I mean. It's kind of disrespectful to refer to one's own grandmother as a girl, so I didn't mean her. Gosh, I seem to be rambling. Well, I hope this is a radiant exemplar of the kind of being true to myself I hope to cultivate as a regular habit from here on out. I think it can be very brave to just keep being yourself even when things feel awkward. Don't you think so?
Oh, wow. There are so many things wrong with that, I don't even know where to start.
Oh, doggone it, really? This is why I need your help, Miss Vriska. I didn't see anything wrong with any of that at all. Here I am going around thinking what I'm saying to everyone is tickety-boo, and it turns out it's all been a load of cattywampus fiddle-faddle.
Oh man, this is the nicest present anyone's ever gotten me. She's addressing you now, ignoring Jake's question. A predatory shark smile spans her pointy face. You must have known things were getting bad with Tavros. In a different way than usual, I mean. He just kind of stopped responding in the same way he did before. And not even because of his fakey fraud confidence. He just says no good can come from talking to me. So you brought me a new nerdy loser. This rules!
No.
Well, that wasn't exactly what you expected, although now that you think about it, why didn't you expect this? Pretty much anyone could have seen this coming. God.
Hey!
Except Jake, of course.
I may have my little quirks and quibbles, but that doesn't mean I'm a loser. If you weren't a lady, I dare say such slanderous language would earn you a one-way ticket to Fisticuffs Island, which, now that I think about it, is more or less an appropriate moniker for my permanent residence. How'd you like them, Granny Smith apples?
This is hilarious. I've never met anyone who makes me feel so good about myself. I'm so lucky to be cool.
Excuse me, but I haven't heard hide nor hair of an apology yet, Miss Rude Alien Girl.
At least Jake is standing up for himself? But you get the feeling this enthusiastic bravado wouldn't hold up if the issue was an interpersonal one with his friends. Either way, Vriska is not backing down. She sizes Jake up, stepping forward to intimidate him. Do you really want to fight? Because I get the feeling you're whatever your planet's equivalent of cullbait is.
I may not know what that means, but I've never once backed down from a scrum, and I'm not about to start now, chum.
Whoa, no! You are not going to let two of your best friends, a category that includes all of your friends, throw down right in front of you. Especially not to Vriska compared Jake to Tavros. Doesn't she remember the consequences of fighting Tavros? Doesn't she want things to go differently here? Wait. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, no, you didn't mean any offense. You know Vriska has been through a lot, and her past mistakes should be viewed with that context. But you know Vriska doesn't mean to hurt Tavros as much as he did. Right? Vriska is no longer having fun. She's turned to you now, her mouth set in a line, fists clenching at her side. You remember how magical it seemed to have earned her friendship, and now easily Vriska can lash out when she thinks her friends have turned on her. You think you know when down between me and Tavros was almost as pathetic as this guy. I was trying to help him get stronger. But every time I did, he just folded like a loser. He barely even tried to fight back. He was too scared and wimpy. And everyone always gets mad at me for pushing him, but that's what our planet is going to do to him. If he doesn't get stronger, he'll die. Trying to protect him from danger now is just letting that happen later. I wouldn't even say I'm the only one who's ever really cared about him. At least I tried to help him shape up. I like voicing Vriska, she's fun. Yeah. You almost forgot Jake is here, but at this, he makes an indignant noise, and you turn to see that his anger and distress has ratcheted up several notches.
Well, pardon me, Spider Smurfette, but it doesn't sound like you were much of a friend at all.
Oh, God. You nudge Jake, trying to let him know that Vriska can be a little scary and it might not be best to push her on this, but Jake isn't listening.
No matter how much you might think you're doing this fellow a favour, from what you've said, he was really scared and sad. And I'm sorry, but that doesn't make someone stronger. It just makes them scared. Even if you think it's good for him, or even if he said it was what he wanted. Like maybe when he was talking about having a fighting partner, what he really wanted was companionship due to being alone all the time. And
oh no, the parallels! I'm dying! Yeah. Oh no!
And to be totally candid, it's hard to believe you didn't know that. Which means it really is more about what you want than what's best for him, even though you keep saying it's what's best for him, which makes it really hard to argue. Anyway, if you ask me, you're a rotten friend, and I don't think I want you to be one of mine after all.
Oh my gosh, these parallels. Yeah. They're killing me.
Oof.
Before Vriska can respond and almost inevitably make things worse, you cut her off. Enough is enough. You tell her you're sorry for making an assumption. You know that she was doing the best she could with the raw deal she was given in this culture. You offer her a quick thank you for this hellish social interaction and ask for some time alone with your incipient friend here. Vriska still looks annoyed, and there's a moment where you're scared she won't let it go. But she does, stepping back and rearranging her facial expression to apathy. You guess pushing it would mean admitting she cares about your opinion of her. Whatever. Talk to you later, nerds.
Bye.
After she leaves, you put a comforting hand on Jake's shoulder. That got pretty raw, huh? Kind of seemed like in the end there, he wasn't talking about Vriska at all. Like there was someone else he wanted to say all that stuff to?
Huh? No, this has nothing to do with me. It was about some weird alien situation. You gently suggest this might be one of those situations the two of you were talking about earlier, where Jake is suppressing the truth because it's inconvenient to acknowledge. Doesn't it bear some slight resemblance to a situation in his own friend group? Jake averts his gaze, clearly uncomfortable. No way, all my friends are best in show. And even if what you're implying was true, it's different when it's your friends. A man can't get by without his bros, so sometimes he has to make allowances. Certain, let's say, eccentricities are just what you have to put up with when best friends are involved.
No, they're not! You're allowed to hold your friends accountable! This is weapons-grade interpersonal truth you're spouting, but Jake doesn't look enlightened. Instead, he's growing red in the face with indignance.
What would you know about it anyway? Not to be rude, but it's a very personal situation between a fella and his buddies. I don't think I appreciate what you're implying.
You don't want to get frustrated, but Jake did ask for your help. The two of you came here because you were going to face up the hard truths about Jake's life. Doesn't Jake want to do that?
Well, of course I do. I'm ready to take a hard look in the old bum peeper, and don't you doubt it. It's just that when it comes to my friends, I didn't think you were saying any of them were bad. I thought you were encouraging me to take things in a more forthright direction, because, well... tugs at collar nervously. Because of their feelings towards me? Gosh, it sounds stupid when I say it like that. I hope you know I'm not some kind of pompous braggadocio making myself out to be some slick Casanova type. I'm probably just making it up. I'm the kind of guy who gets confused easily, especially with the number of concussions I've sustained over the years. A real beef-witted bozo, that's me. But more than once I've gotten an inkling that some of my friends might be giving me the old eagle eye, firing up the courting manoeuvres, if you get my drift. So when you said that things weren't right between me and my friends, that's sort of where I thought the personal change train was a-heading. An impression only further bolstered when you proceeded to introduce me to your blue arachnid-themed friend. I figured you remembered my sapphire sirens from my room? You know, Neytiri and all that. It was a sweet gesture, although, just so you're aware, she's a little too young for me to take that kind of interest. I appreciate the thought, though. Just some constructive criticism for next time.
Now you're tempted. Now you're tempted yourself to say aloud, goofy RP action, indicating your embarrassment. You don't though, because it sounds stupid when Jake does it. Jesus, this is a mess. This kid has issues on issues, and when you think you put your finger on one, it slides away to reveal 3 more. You're playing personal growth whack-a-mole over here. But you gamely draw yourself up and pull and plunge onward, determined. Okay, you tell Jake. So if that's what he thought you were going to talk about, let's talk about it. How does it make him feel, thinking his friends are all attracted to him? What does he plan to do about it?
Oh, you know, I think all that malarkey will work itself out over time. I figure I'll wait until someone brings it up and then just go along with what they think we should do.
Oh, honey.
Oh, Jake.
Really? That's his strategy?
Oh.
It seems remarkably lackadaisical, and it gives you that sinking feeling again of what's in store for future Jake. Does he actually return any of those feelings?
Sure I do. My friends are the cat's pajamas. I don't mind saying I really love them.
Right, of course. But is there any of them he feels differently about? What would he say if, for example, Jane asked him out?
I'd say yes, of course. How could I say no to a top Sheba like Janie? She's smart as a whip with a mug to match.
Alright, and what about Roxy?
The fellow would have to be daft as a doorknob to turn down Roxy. She's a genius tech hacker spy like in all my favourite movies.
And Strider?
Are you kidding? Strider's my best bro in the world and a mighty strapping gent if we're getting into it. I can't think of any reason to say no to a proposition like that for my best bud.
Oh dear.
God.
The way Jake conceives of things is just far enough off from your own viewpoint, you can't help but feel like you're passing by each other without really connecting. For example, he doesn't have to have a reason to say no to a friend asking him out. It comes down to his feelings. Does he really have strong feelings for any of these people? Like, stronger feelings than he has for Neytiri?
Oh, hey now, that's not really fair. Neytiri is the perfect woman.
No, you insist. It is fair. If someone has feelings for him, he should not be with them unless he has feelings for that real flesh and blood person that he does for a poster of Neytiri. It's important.
I'm just thinking of 3 years from now when Guardians of the Galaxy comes out. He's gonna love
Oh my
that.
god. Oh my god.
Well, if you put it that way, I don't know if I've ever had feelings like that. I don't even know if I'm capable of those kinds of feelings.
If that's the case, then he needs to be prepared to tell his friends that. It's not like he has to have these conversations now, but someday the feelings his friends have need to be addressed, and he needs to be ready to turn them down. He needs to make these decisions. He can't just wait for things to resolve on their own and deal with the consequences later.
Huh. Wow.
He doesn't sound nearly as excited about personal growth as he did before. He just sounds dejected.
I must say you've given me a lot to think about.
That's a good thing, you remind him. He's learning important things.
Well, sorry, but a lot of people tell me it's important for me to learn various things. And for sure, sometimes they're right. I've never assumed the image of a chap who knows everything. But you've also been telling me I can stand up for myself sometimes. Make my own decisions about what's right instead of letting other people tell me how to live. And I just don't think I agree with you on this.
He sneaks a guilty look at you from under his sad, bowed head.
what I mean is, I like making my pals happy, even if I'm not always sure about if I want the things they want. And I can't imagine the consequences could really be that bad.
Oh, honey.
I think that in matters of the heart, I'm fine just going with the flow. No offence, but the way you're advocating I go about it seems hard and sad. I don't want to hurt people. I really think it's best if I just sit back and see how things work out. And if someone asks me to do something, I might as well try it. That's just the kind of adventure boy I am.
Oh, honey.
Jake.
Honey. You want to respect Jake's choices, but you can't help the exasperation rising up in you. Sure, he can decide how he wants to conduct his friendships, but the approach he's talking about is really unhealthy. If he wants to do right by his friends, he has to be honest with them and with himself. Otherwise, it's not fair to anyone.
I see what you're saying, but if you want my 100% bona fide opinion, I don't think I can do that. I guess we had different ideas about what we're getting into with this.
He can do it, though! All he has to do is try! Jake is shaking his head.
I'm sorry, I know you were really trying to help. I'm sure you're an excellent compadre, just like Spider-Girl said, but this isn't working for me. Maybe you should just take me home now? I can figure out some way to deal with the robot.
He's still well below the average Jake level of energy. You can see that you really affected him, but you're far from confident that your intervention is going to make any difference in the long run. Despite his seeming earnestness, you guess Jake wasn't as ready for change as he thought he was. Wait a fucking second. Is this a bad end? A horrible powerlessness threatens to overwhelm you. All at once, it makes you furious. This isn't fair! Jake gave you a choice between two options. You chose to help him face his problems. You know that was the right choice. Actually, we kind of figured it really to a bad end.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything wrong. You were kind and patient. You talked to him sincerely and pushed him in the right direction. You deserve a good end. You deserve to save him. But you can tell Jake is emotionally closing up. You're willing to bet the conversation the two of you just had was among the most candid of his life, and he isn't ready for another. You want so badly to help him. You know exactly the change to make, but you can't make those changes for him. He needs to do it himself. And he's just not ready. Maybe he'll never be. You hate this. You hate Jake, and you hate yourself. Making people's lives better is the one thing that's given you piecemeal existence any meaning, and he's taking this away from you. His stupid inability to face his issues is ruining your life. You linger as long as you can, but eventually you have to do it. You gotta take the L. Oh no.
Oh, that was... Man.
Oh, that was harsh.
Oh.
Oh.
It made me feel feelings.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jake.
Jake, you're such a shitty child. I feel so bad for you.
Oh.
Honey. Well, that hurt. Let's go for the good end. Guess we're not helping them.
Jake a lot.
I understand.
Let's not help him.
Let's not help him. You're about to say yes. Every part of you is straining to say yes and fulfill your life's purpose. Your real life's purpose. Not like before when you were being mind controlled to pursue friendship on whatever shallow or unsatisfying level was possible. This desire to help, to make your mark in whatever small positive... Excuse me. Okay, I'm good.
Right.
Yep. This desire to help, to make your mark in whatever positive way you can wrangle, is something you figured out for yourself. It matters. But when you're about to open your mouth, you stall. A deep existential hopelessness washes over you, a kind that you thought you were past by now. You know what? Fuck it. Yes, you care, but honestly, you are exhausted. It's so much work coaxing teens through personal revelations with no reward except the temporary abatement of your deep soul-level feeling of narrative irrelevant. You need a break. Why not give yourself a freebie? You tell Jake that you don't think he needs your help. It's enough for right now that he's realized there's a problem. There's no need to swallow down all your personal growth pills at once. Jake looks abjectly relieved.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Hey, apparently this is the good end, so...
Yes. If I could shoot straight from the hip, that's exactly what I was hoping you'd say. I think I've done enough already, too. Whew, this has been a great talk. I feel like we're really firing on all cylinders friendship-wise.
If you were a past version of yourself, that would make you really happy. Instead, a sick feeling of guilt is poisoning your guts. You're about to touch on something real there, and you know it was wrong to pull back from it. You're not doing Jake any favors. Still, you give him a weak smile and offer him the best friend-making tool you know. Are there any faraway friends he's interested in connecting with?
Boy, howdy, what a proposition. Why, I feel like one of those movie characters who's offered near unlimited powers out of nowhere. Like Bruce Almighty, ready to lasso the moon and damn the consequences on those pesky tides. There is someone I've had a hankering to meet with for a little tete-a-tete. Remember when I regaled you with the tale of my grandma?
Oof. You're not sure you're gonna be able to reunite this kid with his dead grandma. That seems like one of those things you won't be allowed to do, despite the supposed limitlessness of your powers. You'd probably be blocked by that weird force, the one that seems to have a power that supersedes zapping anywhere and any time, place, or dimension. You don't like to think about that force too hard.
No, my stalwart chum. I've been corresponding in an epistolary fashion with a version of my grandma when she was a young girl, my pen pal buddy Jade. I understand if it's asking too much, but I'd love to meet her.
Is that gonna be possible? Well, actually, yeah, it should be.
See why not?
Yeah, it should be.
I kind of forgot they, knew who each other were when they were writing to each other.
Yeah, I was more so thinking zapping between, B1 and B2.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be possible.
Don't see why not. She always said we'd meet someday in some roundabout confusing whoozy wopsit fashion, and I was pleased as a passel of possums did.
God.
But recently she stopped replying, right in the final run-up to the vaunted finish line.
Yeah, that would make sense, considering.
It's all time stuff's fucked.
Yeah.
I've been all on Twitter with worry, I don't mind telling you. Do you think we could take a hop, skip, and a jump over to her lodgings?
What a relief! You actually know Jade! You can take him to Jade right now! Who he is. Jake smiles a big goofy grin at you. You should feel happy, you tell yourself sternly. This is a good thing to do. He said himself that you're fixing a concern of his. But the yawning malaise inside you only grows. You like to think of yourself as an agent of positive change, but here you are again, nothing but a glorified interdimensional taxi service. Whatever, who cares? At least he'll be with someone he loves. You grab Jake's hand and take him to his family. You expect the normal non-event of your zappy powers, but instead there's a sick, wrenching feeling, a kind of squeezing. You're not in the right shape for wherever you're going. It steals your breath and then it's gone.
What's happening?
Are we gonna meet T-Pose Man? Nervously, you open your eyes. Oh, nope.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Yep! This is what I was spoiled to! Oh my god!
Okay.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Technically, we did take him to his family. It's not wrong.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
What the fuck? Does this have to do with how your powers are changing? Sure, you were distracted and gloomy when you zapped, but you have no idea what You're not at Jade's house. Wherever you are, it feels deeply wrong. The wrongness jangles through your bones and teeth like the vibrations of a jackhammer. You're not supposed to be here. You've got to get out of here. You grab Jake with a grimace and zap more carefully.
Oh.
Oh, there she is.
Okay, well, I can't say I mind seeing Jade too much.
Well, that was very short-lived. I wasn't expecting that.
Wow, okay.
Ah, there we go. You breathe a sigh of relief, which is sadly cut short as you turn and see Jade shoving the muzzle of a rifle in your face once again. You back up, hands raised. Jade, no! It's just you, her friend! You've already been through all these wacky misunderstanding shenanigans with firearms.
That was fun.
I know how it is! I just think you shouldn't be here! What? Don't get me wrong, I appreciate everything you've done for me. You have no idea what it's meant to be able to meet my friends in person. But the last time you came here, things got dangerous, and I started to wonder if you have any idea what the consequences are of what you're doing. Okay, there's obviously something she needs to get off her chest, and you want to hear it, but can't she put the gun down? You both know she's not actually going to shoot you. Oh, right. I guess the gun was a little over the top, but you startled me and I got really mad. Ever since you left last time, I've been thinking about what you did with me and Dave. Even though Beck didn't stop you, I don't think he wanted me to be traveling around like that. I know you're a nice person, you don't mean to do anything bad, but I think it's impossible to have powers like yours without being a little corrupted by them. When you mess around in our lives, that can have serious consequences. But you always leave afterward and you don't live out these consequences with us.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. It was great to meet my friends, but you know what? I would have met them anyway in the game! Oof.
Oh.
I can't help thinking I can't help thinking it would have been better for things to play out like they were supposed to. So, I'm sorry, but I just don't want you interfering in my life anymore. I think it's for the good of everyone if you leave us alone from now on.
I wasn't expecting this today.
Yeah, really, wow.
Oh. Oof.
It hurts to hear, but how could you argue with that? You tell Jade you don't want to do anything that makes her uncomfortable. There's just, like, one little thing that maybe you already did. You gesture to Jake. He's huddled behind you, clearly having second thoughts about this. Maybe it's the gun, but then again, Jake is pretty comfortable around guns. Probably it's just fear of the mortifying ordeal of being known. Who the fuck are you? You watch as he clears his throat and fidgets, his hands twitching at his sides, like he's thinking about hanging onto his own guns for comfort.
I'm your grandson?
Jake? Okay, good, she does know who he is.
I'm glad that she's okay with this.
She's so happy.
That's me.
Jade bursts into tears. Oh, honey.
They never really got a conversation, did they, in like, the conversation?
Yeah! They actually didn't.
Yeah,
Oh. She flings herself forward and throws her arms around Jade. Oh, I know, I just said I didn't want any interference. Fair! I can't believe you're here! When they pull apart, Jake's eyes are watery as well. Oh, he's taller than Jade, being a few years older, but from the shy way he looks at her, you can tell he still sees her as the authority figure here. He can suddenly see how much Jake must have admired his grandmother. Fine, you're still in the mood, but this is heartwarming as hell. You intentionally tune out the conversation a little as Jade and Jake gush at each other. It just seems really private. They're family, after all. You don't have any place in this conversation, which only adds to your frustrated feeling of being held blocked. It's great that this is making Jade and Jake so happy, but it really has nothing to do with you at all. I guess I can't really give you the tour since you grew up in the same place as me. But maybe we can take advantage of this. We both grew up alone, right? Isn't there anything you always wanted to do, but you couldn't do it with only one person?
Holy hell, Jade, that's a vip snorter of an idea. You've got a splendiferous mind up in that noggin of yours.
Aww! It's weirding me out how much you sound like my grandpa. It's making me miss him too. But I'm really happy I get to spend time with you!
Me too. As to your question, there's one thing that comes forefront in the old think tank. You know how it is being a kid alone in your room on a godforsaken island in the middle of bumfuck nowhere? You start to entertain all kinds of fancies.
Of course!
Well, there's this cosplay I've been trying to make work for
Oh my
years.
gosh.
I'm not very good at cosplay and I haven't had anyone to help me bring my vision to life. Is that the kind of activity you'd be suited for?
OMG, I would love that! What's the character?
Only the
Oh my
best,
God.
bravest archaeologist / adventurer of all time, Lara Croft.
Hell yeah. Oh, wow. So, you want to be a sexy Tomb Raider?
I mean, who doesn't?
I think I'll have to stop picturing you as my grandpa. Oh my god. But I would love to help with that.
To be frank, Jade, I don't really think of Ms. Croft as sexy. Oh, I know some unmannerly rogues like to comment on the size of her bazoomas, but from where I'm sitting, she's a consummate professional. I just
Oh my
admire
God.
her moxie.
Oh, oops, sorry. I was just making an assumption based on her outfit, I guess. That was really rude of me.
To tell you the truth, I've never seen anything sexy about shorts. I aspire to the freedom Lara's thighs get to experience every day. I think it's a beautiful dream.
Oh my
A man
god.
can wear short shorts without wanting everyone to get all bandied up about it, do you know what I mean?
Of course he can!
But what about you, my juvenile grandma friend? This can't just be a cosplay party for yours truly alone. Isn't there anyone you've been wanting to inhabit the garments of?
Not really, but it would be fun to make a costume for me too. I could do Mr. Coxcomb. He's one of my favorite macro chaps. Jade turns to you, her demeanor towards you considerably
That was
softened.
a deep cut reference there.
Right? Hey, I'm sorry I was so mad earlier. Honestly, I was scared of what you were doing. It really shook me up to find myself on an alien planet. It felt like we shouldn't be doing it. But I shouldn't have taken it out on you. I know your powers aren't your fault. Do you want to join us? We can make a costume for you too.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Please do. Jade, this specimen right here has been nothing but a positively fantabulous friend to me all along.
Have you? Have you? All you did was tow him along on a little... You don't feel like you've done Jake much good. Are you even really friends with Jake, or are you just piggybacking off facilitating his friendship with Jade? It's fine, you guess. Things are going fine. Even well. But it feels unsatisfying. No real nutritional value. You don't feel good about what you've done. But you guess you might as well get a cool costume out of it. You tell Jake and Jade you know exactly who you want to dress like. The three of you set to work together. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
My god.
I don't know where to start.
There is a lot to take in this picture. God.
Well, that's an ending.
It's certainly telling that neither the good end wasn't really a good end because MSPA reader felt so unsatisfied.
Yeah.
So I am curious to see where the other two volumes will go.
Yeah, because I mean they're right, we are not really solving Jake's interpersonal problems.
Yeah.
But I mean it was a very nice and sweet ending still.
Yeah.
And we got this wonderful image out of it.
Marvelous. I actually share my sign with Marvis, and I'm proud of that.
I don't think mine. No, mine isn't any troll in Friendsim.
What's funny is that what I was spoiled to is that I actually saw someone mention Hive Swap being referenced, but my brain actually thought friend sim. So I thought,
Oh.
oh, is something friend sim happening? But my brain didn't connect like actual main game Hive swap, so I still did not expect that.
Yeah, when was Hive Swap? Like 2017?
Yeah,
It's kind of
2017 at this
it's kind of
point.
been a long time since I've really thought about it much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was... Yeah, have there been... Oh yeah, there've been a couple of Fencing characters showing up, but...
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, we saw Boulder that one time, too.
Yeah, Boulder and obviously Calico.
Yeah.
That was... Still don't know what that was about.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that Roxy is next, and I am very excited.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
Great. Yeah. I love Roxy. I think they
Blessed
probably
child.
are next year, because, like, ending on Dirk. I feel like that...
Ending on Dirk
that
just
makes
feels
sense,
appropriate,
because,
yeah.
like, whatever happens with Dirk, it's gotta be some wild shit.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. That was... I mean, I knew I was gonna enjoy that, because Jake, but...
Of course.
That was quite wonderful.
I agree.
Yeah.
It made me feel things, but one volume didn't make me feel things.
Yeah. That, like, the bad ending was... I got deep.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I actually think the bad ending was better than the good ending.
Yeah, there was, I guess, sort of more emotional depth to it.
Yeah.
That was kind of the point. It's like, you know, the good, like you were saying, the good ending wasn't that good an ending.
It wasn't satisfying. MSP reader knew that.
Just kind of helping him avoid his problems.
Yeah. That was actually like a really clever way to subvert that. I like that.
One of these days he's gotta figure his shit out.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Please don't end up like Epilogue's Jake.
I believe in him. Sort of.
You have hope for him, you could say.
Nice. That was good though. I like the scattered hints at like Avo Ace Jake.
Yeah.
That's something I've.
Yeah, he definitely feels ace coded. I really like that.
He's given me that kind of energy. I mean, I've kind of thought about that before, but they like sort of had a stronger.
Yeah, at the very least, Arrow for sure. I really feel that vibe.
Yeah. But I support him.
I feel like he's not necessarily ace if he's like always drooling over his blue ladies.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but like there was, you know, that talk about, you know, just his thing, you know, wearing short shorts about it being like a sexual
that's true.
thing or whatever. I don't know.
That's true, yeah.
He's a complicated person.
He is very complicated. He's never figured himself out, so really, I wouldn't expect anyone else to figure him out for him.
That's one of the reasons I relate hard to him. Just not having a clue about yourself.
Yeah, really.
I'm not gonna just offload all my Jake feelings because we'll be here for a few hours there.
You have many Jake feelings. I understand.
I have so many. I'm just gonna have a look at the credits and see who. It's written by Magdalena Clark. Character art Brea Rivera. Background art Gina Chacon again. And the yelling illustrator. I assume the music was James Vogt. Oh no. Toby Fox. Oh, that was from something. Riches to Ruins Movement 2.
Yeah, I knew that sounded familiar.
The name rings a bell. I didn't actually recognize the music, but there's a lot of music out there.
It might be an unused track, actually.
Oh, right.
I definitely recognize this. Recognize that specific version.
Yeah, actually, let me just look this up because I think I know. Oh no, it's on The Wanderers. I was wrong then.
Oh,
But
shit, never mind.
That's an album I've not listened to in a long time, I have to admit.
Yeah.
What else? Programming. Andrew D. Cohey. That's someone new, I believe.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of new programmers lately. So, I mean, why not? So yeah, as usual.
God,
Thank you to everyone who made that wonderful route with my wonderful boy.
Yes, it was good. I am looking forward to the remaining one.
Yeah. So probably Roxy in 2 weeks.
Yes.
That'll be
Please.
yes. I mean, looking forward to whatever's next. You know, even if it's Dirk. You know,
God, Dirk's Rise is gonna be in.
So I think you cut out there, but I think I got the gist of it.
Dirk's route, interesting. It will be.
Yes. Very true. Anyway, so yes, that was Pesterquest.
Yeah.
Good.
But thanks for
Yes,
joining us? Question mark?
Yes,
Because I don't know if anyone showed up.
I don't think anyone did, but you know.
But that's all right.
Yeah.
Thanks anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there's always YouTube, so.
Thanks to anyone who's watching on YouTube.
Yeah. Thanks for anyone who's not. Just thanks for just whatever good deeds you've done today. Thanks for that.
Yes.
Let's just be positive.
Thanks for having a good day, and if you
Yeah.
didn't have a, then I hope it will be better tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's that. See you in 2 weeks.
See ya.
Bye.